All right, everyone, let's dive right in. This is it, our final masterclass to get you absolutely prepped and ready for that GCSE PE Paper 2 exam. So there are a whopping 60 marks on the line in this paper. And our goal today? To give you the game plan to lock down every single one of them.
So, are you ready? Let's get straight into the strategy for success. No messing about.
Okay, first things first, we need to crack the code. We've got to understand what the examiners are actually looking for, how the paper is built. This is the first step to giving them exactly what they want to see.
Now, this is really interesting when you break it down. See that biggest chunk? That's AO1, your pure knowledge. 28 marks just for knowing your stuff. Right behind it, AO2 is all about applying that knowledge. That's another 23 marks. But here's the secret. The thing that separates the good grades from the top grades, it's AO3, analysis and evaluation. It might look like the smallest slice with 16 marks, but trust me, this is where you really show off, and it's absolutely crucial for hitting those top 8s and 9s.
And this right here, this just proves the point. Look at the top command words they've used since 2018. Explain is massive. They want you to show the what and the why. But look at evaluate. That's the one that often brings the highest marks in a single question. So knowing how to structure an evaluation, well, it's a total game changer. So how does all this feed into our revision plan? Well, it's all about studying smart, not just hard. We're going to focus on the topics that are worth the most marks, so you get the biggest bang for your buck. And, because we've looked at years of data from past papers, we can pretty much pinpoint where you should be putting your energy. These are the topics that just keep showing up. And here it is, the big reveal. Just look at that number one spot, commercialization. It's been on every single paper, racking up a massive 57 marks. It is the undisputed king of paper 2. So if you're going to master one topic, please make it this one. And right behind it, you've got engagement patterns, feedback, and skill classification, all basically guaranteed to be on the paper. Okay, let's do this. Time for a quick-fire revision session on some of these core concepts. We're just going to blast through the key definitions you absolutely positively have to know. Right, you absolutely have to know the difference here. Sportsmanship, that's the good stuff. Playing fair, kicking the ball out when someone's injured. Then you've got gamesmanship. That's the sneaky side. Bending the rules, time wasting, trying to get an unfair edge. You need to know what they are and have a solid example for each. Okay, sedentary lifestyle. The examiners love this topic, probably because it's so relevant today. Just memorize that definition and be ready to list the consequences. Obesity, type 2 diabetes, poor muscle tone, heart disease. Seriously, these are easy marks just waiting for you. Skill classification. This is bread and butter stuff, guys. It comes up every single year. Just remember, open skills are unpredictable. They happen in a changing environment, like a tackle in a match. Closed skills are the opposite. Stable, predictable, you can repeat them over and over, like a free throw in basketball. And for practice types, the trick is linking them up, not just to the performer, but to the skill itself. Think about it. Massed practice, with no breaks, is great for a simple, closed skill if you're an elite athlete. But for a beginner learning something complex, you need distributed practice, with those breaks built in. The golden triangle. Think of it like a three-way partnership, where everyone needs everyone else to succeed. Sport gives the media content, the media gives the sponsors an audience, and the sponsors give the sport the money. They're all completely interconnected, and it's a very profitable relationship for all of them. And now for the main event, the one you've been waiting for. We are going to do a masterclass on how to absolutely nail that high-value 9-mark question. This, right here, is where you can really pull away from the competition. So how do you get top marks on this beast of a question? Well, honestly, it's not as scary as it looks. It all comes down to a really simple, repeatable structure that just guarantees you hit every single one of those assessment objectives. This is your secret weapon. 3 simple steps. 1. Make a point for the argument, with a real sporting example. 2. Make a point against the argument, again with an example. And 3, the most important part, make a final concluding judgment. You have to weigh up both sides and decide which is more significant. Whatever you do, don't sit on the fence. Okay, let's put it into practice. Here's a classic 9-marker on our number 1 hot topic, commercialization. This is exactly the kind of question you should be expecting. And this is what a top-tier answer looks like. Let's break it down. You see a clear advantage. The money lets you train full-time. Perfect. Then it hits two distinct disadvantages: the crazy pressure from sponsors and how sponsor events can eat into your training time. And then the conclusion. It weighs both sides up and makes a clear, decisive judgment. It says, yeah, the money is huge, but the pressure and impact on well-being are also massive. That's a top-band answer right there. All right, to wrap things up, let's go over some crucial last-minute advice. These are the little things to keep in your head as you walk into that exam hall that can make a huge difference. Look, the bottom line is you have to be smart about how you read the paper. Don't just dive in. First, find and highlight that command word. Is it explain, evaluate, describe? Then, use the marks as a clue. If it's a 4-mark question, you probably need 2 good points with explanations. And always apply your knowledge to a sport, use the right key terms, and for a Smart Bowl question, just double-check you've got all 5 elements. It's about giving the examiner exactly what they're looking for. So, your revision starts right now. No excuses. What's it going to be? Pick one of those hot topics we've talked about. Maybe it's commercialization, maybe you're going to practice that 9-marker structure, and just get to work. You've totally got this. Good luck.